Welcome, friends, to the Pioneers of the Independent Networks. I'm your host, Ricky Blues. This is your co-host, Tim Walker. And our very special guest again this week is our man, Gillberg. Duane, welcome to the show.
It's my pleasure, brother. How you doing, Ricky?
Doing good, thank you.
What's up, Tim? How you doing, my man? Yeah, baby. It's going to be fun.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you joined us in the past, you know that we bring you all the action, the matches, the organizations, the promotions, the feuds, the battles, the inside stories that populated the Mid-Atlantic independent wrestling scene from the 1970s to today. Tim, that's some archives.
That's a long time.
That's a long time.
That's a long, long time. So strap in, welcome aboard. Where are we coming from this week, Tim?
Kent Island.
Kent Island. He's got it right, ladies and
First
gentlemen.
try!
There you go.
So sit back and enjoy as we continue our talk with Gillberg.
I used to always have the bulldog and all that up there. You know how skinny my legs were.
Mm-hmm.
I was always big up top. I had skinny legs. I used to like flex my leg and go, one day, bulldog, you're going to look like that. And he goes, Christ, I hope not. I'll be dead for how many years?
Oh, that is good.
They were this stuff, man. I used to mess with everybody. Macho Man, Rick Martel would come in the locker room and I'd throw his bow on him and going, you have no class. Get away from me. He'd be laughing his ass off.
And that really is the beginning of something that we're going to talk about here in a little bit, but of your personality coming through. Mm-hmm. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, but that really, those guys in that locker room seeing that, realizing this is this guy's personality, it's a hook.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a little bit, though. But what I do want to talk about, just a couple years ago, I know you remember Rolling Stone magazine did the layout on you and Barry. As your time as the Executioners, I want to ask you a little bit about that because our fans might not remember that you and Barry were never under the hoods in the WWE until you did the Masked Executioners.
That's right.
And there was a little bit of a push behind that.
Oh, we were the Executioners for a long time.
Well, I know on the Indies what you guys were doing.
No, on WWE we started Executioners, 93?
Yeah.
We started doing the Executioners. Yeah.
And moved from there.
Yeah, man, for a long time we did. And that's where Barry and I were on the road. When I said 25 days a month and all, we were the Executioners. But what was good was if somebody didn't show up, I'll go out as Duane Gill and
take the hood off
and I go out and wrestle him, then come in, put the hood on, and go out and wrestle my tag match.
And that was always a good double payday because they were good with.
Yeah, and I was always there. Hey, I'll do it. So anyway, that's how we got all the work on the road, was being the Executioners, because we could not only be the Executioners, but we could also, if somebody didn't show up, if they got sick, if they got injured, or if they missed a flight, you know what I mean? There's a million things that can happen. Get a flat in your car, whatever. You're going to be late. You're not going to make it. Well, hey, I'll take the hood off. I'll throw on my stuff and go out as Duane Gill.
And they saw your eagerness to just want to be able to work, to get the show over, to get the promotion over, to get the boys over. That's something that you can build on.
Exactly.
Now, I want to show our fans here, if they've never seen it, let's take a look here at the spread that Rolling Stone did on Barry and Duane as the Executioners.
Speaking of that, you also tried another gimmick with Barry Hardy.
Yeah, well, we were trying anything to get a job. I'll be honest with you. I told Vince McMahon myself, look, Vince, I don't care. Dress us up as two turds and call us get your shit together. I don't care. Give us a job. And Vince would laugh. Duane, you're all right. You're all right, buddy. You're okay. You got work. Don't worry about it. And so I got these outfits from a buddy of mine.
Was it Vince? Was it Vince?
Yeah, Beach Ball Vinny.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, Vinny.
Beach Boy. I call him Beach Ball. That's a Jets inside joke. Beach Boy Vinny. He had them made, and I said, Vinny, you mind? He's like, go ahead, man. What the hell? Go for it. So Barry and I went up there, and for 8 months we took them every time, but we were always scared to, pull them out.
Right.
So one time I just said, Barry, hell with it. I'm doing it. So I went in and I got all dressed in the gimmick. And I come running out in the middle of the locker room, dancing around. I'm doing all the turtle stuff, and I go spinning around and like break dancing. And I spin on the shell, and I stop, and I do one of these deals on the floor, and I stop. And there's a pair of shoes right here, and I go. I'm thinking, God, please don't let it be. And I look up, and there's Vince standing right there, and he goes, get up. And I got up, and he goes, who the hell's under that mask? And I pulled it off, and he goes, I should have known. I really should have known. And I was like, hi. I said, guess what? I got a new gimmick. And he goes, got another one? I said, sure do. He goes, well, tell him you're wrestling next. I go, Mr. McMahon, he's in the ring now. He goes, I suggest he dress fast then when he gets back. I was like, okay. So he goes, you and you're wrestling the Turtles. So I grabbed the guys, and, we had to come up with something. Mm-hmm. So I came up with everything before we even went out there, because Barry had no time to do nothing. I had to tell Barry everything while he was getting dressed. He come through, he's like, how was it? And I said, not enough time to talk. Sit the fuck down. He's like, what's going on? I said, man, we got to get you in a turtle outfit. We're next match. He's like, what? I'm soaked, man. We'll never get it on. I said, yeah, we will. Because you know how it's spandex is now. You ain't getting on a wet body.
Yeah. And that was called the Toxic Turtles.
The Toxic Turtles, Timmy and Tommy.
Right, the rub off of the Ninja Turtles. And
that's basically what it was.
And
so we won out, and we did the match. And it was pretty decent, man. And, my flip in, we did a shell shock. Because I did the flip in and land on the guy on my shell.
Oh, okay, just like the old
Barry in the middle of the match, the guy flips him off. Like, Barry goes for the pin, the guy flips him off. Barry's laying on his back, he can't move. He's a turtle. He's kicking his legs and arms. I run in and flip him back over, run back out, and everything. It was hilarious.
That's the comedy spots that we're building into when we're coming up to your
exactly.
Now, with those, I'm going to show just real quick, because I have a little bit of footage, not the WWE footage, but I got some of our footage, because that was done with us in UIW.
Yeah.
That's what, and we mentioned Vinny earlier, so take a look. These are costumes that Vinny had made, Beach Boy Vinny, which later become Timmy and Tommy, the Toxic Turtles. Take a look.
The last man left in the ring will become the new UIW National Heavyweight Champion. Is that a Ninja Turtle I see up there?
Yes, it is, Dave the Wave, and it is really a battle royal going on in the ring here.
16, I don't know, maybe 17 guys up there.
Too numerous to mention at this point.
A Ninja Turtle. Now I've seen everything.
Let's see if we can pick a few out here. That's
there's Wolfman.
There's the Wolfman right here.
The Ninja Turtle pounding on Max Thrasher.
And there's AJ Fritzoid.
Last of the Voodoo Man,
right
$1 Million Babies. Hey, there's Douglas J. Witherspoon. He's back.
That's right, Douglas J. Witherspoon.
Good to see him back in the UIW.
And there's the Voodoo Man as he starts to.
And this is over the top rope, Mike. Once you're thrown over that top rope, you are eliminated.
WWE called me and said, hey, Duane, I'm doing a story, and were you Timmy and Tommy the Turtles? I said, yes, sir, we were. And he goes, oh, my God, you guys did everything up here, didn't you? I said, yeah, well, yeah. And he goes, all right, awesome. So he interviewed me. Well, then about 2 weeks later, I get a call, and it's Sports Illustrated. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, Duane Gill? I'm like, yeah. He goes, hey, look, we're doing a story on you, and we want to do a big story on the Toxic Turtles. We hear, they're getting ready to come out with a DVD and everything. I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, WWE just put out a new DVD and put that match on it.
All these events have built up to one really crucial point in your career, and that was the birth of your most popular character, Gillberg.
That there, to be honest with you, I have to thank a guy probably nobody knows out there. He's helped MCW for years and years and years. And I'll be honest with you, say what you want about Dan and Dennis, whatever. You got to give them kudos, man, for their product.
Absolutely.
Their product is a good product.
Top shelf product.
Yeah, I can't.
They went back to that old way that we used to do business.
Yes, they put out one hell of a show. So, anyway, with that being said, Mark Osborne is a guy behind the scenes nobody probably knows. Well, after I got injured in WCW, like I said, it was 2 years for I wrestled again. And I figured, Rich Myers called me. He's like, come on, man, just get back in the ring. Just do something, Duane.
Right.
You're a wrestler. You know that. So I said, all right. So I started playing around on the independents. And Mark Osborne's like, Duane, let's just make fun of all the big names, man. He's like, let's just do it, man. What the hell? He said, all right, we'll do the Underfaker. I'm like, awesome. We did it. He said, I said, let's make fun of Stone Cold. He said, all right, we'll do Stone Old. I said, awesome, man. So I went out and I was all old with a walker and everything, you know. I said, who next, man? He goes, I got it, man. I got it. This is great. And I said, what? And he said, Gillberg. And I went, I'm making fun of Goldberg. He's like, yes. He said, you look just like him anyway. I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. So I did it, right? And then I was up WWE, and I was talking to Paul Bear. And actually what happened was I did the Survivor Series, and I got my contract and won the light heavyweight title as Duane Gill.
Duane Gill, right.
And then, like, 2 weeks later, we were in the locker room. We were on the road and everything, and I was talking to Paul Bear and Kane. And they were like, yeah, man, their time was telling about, you know, yeah, I did the Underfaker, I did Stone Old, and they're like, Stone Old, And I said, yeah, and I did Gillberg, and Paul Bear's like, oh, Gill. Oh, Duane Gill, you might have something there, boy. And I went, what are you talking about? And he goes, Gillberg. And Kane starts going, Gillberg. Right? So we laughed it off, and that was it, right? The next day, I go into catering. And I'm walking through, and I'm getting my food. All of a sudden, the whole locker room, right? All the boys are in there eating, and they're going, Gillberg. It starts off, and all of a sudden, Gillberg.
And it's Gill.
So I turn around and jump off, and everybody laughs, and that's it. I go home. I'm home. All of a sudden, I get a phone call. Hey, how you doing? This is WWE Talent. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, how you guys doing? They're like, so we heard about this Gillberg thing from Percy? I said, yeah. You're now Gillberg. We'll send you a tape of 10 of their matches. You got your boots, everything? I said, well, I need boots. Okay, they're ordered already. Don't worry about it. I said, I got my tie. I called Rich Myers. He made me 3 sets of tights. Mm-hmm. And I went out and bought the gloves and everything. And I was Gillberg.
From that
and
point,
everything was perfect, man. Listen to this. The night of the match, we actually went up there. And they're like, okay, you're going to wrestle Edge. You're going to do this. I said, look, if we're going to make fun of Goldberg and you really want it to go over, give me Luna.
Oh, yes, Luna.
And Luna's going, no. And I said, what's wrong, Luna? And she goes, Duane, it's Raw. This is world. I said, Luna, you probably whoop my ass anyway in real life.
What's that?
I said, so what's the difference, man? She goes, well, you got a point there. Right? And they're like, I'll be right back. So I guess they went and talked writing and all, and they were like, dude, that's it.
Okay.
That's it. We'll have you go out and do an open challenge. I said, sounds great, man. So, boom, boom, boom. I go walking out, and if you listen to Jerry Lawler and oh my God, Jim Ross, they're choking. They're laughing so hard. And I go out there and I go, Gillberg doesn't want to know who's next. Gillberg wants to know who's first. And Luna's music hit. She come running out. And the crowd's like, oh, shit, you gonna get your ass whooped, boy. And that's what she did. She whooped my ass. And I mean, tell you, we got in the locker room, and it was the highest compliment I ever got paid in wrestling. I walked through that curtain after that match. There was not any talent that wasn't there. Every McMahon, everybody who had anything to do with anything was standing there clapping, and you could look at the women and all their mascara was running. Everybody was crying. They were laughing so hard because in the middle of the match, Luna got lost, and she was supposed to clothesline me. And we ran into each other in the middle of the match. She went, I'm lost. And I went, ball shot. and she dropped down and she smacked, and I grabbed her arm with my legs, and I looked her right in the face. I said, "Time to mess with Luna." I went, "Oh!" like that. And I'm looking her right in the face. She's going, "I'm going to kill you. I swear to God. Let go of my arm. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you." All the time. And I fell over with her arm still in between my legs. Like that. And finally she pulled it out. She goes, "Oh, you're dead, man."
Oh. Luna was a serious talent, too.
She was great. She was the kindest, nicest woman you ever want to meet, and you can ask anybody. You know that she come out of the ring and be like, "Hi, Duane, how you doing? How is everything? How you doing? Yeah, oh yeah. Oh, you need a hand with that? No problem."
And at the end of the match, she paid you an ultimate compliment,
yes,
too.
That's what I'm trying to say. After that, I turned around. Luna came through the curtain, dropped to her knees, and started bowing like a Japanese does, putting her head on my feet, on my shoes. I'm getting choked up. I'm
praising
sorry.
You, exactly.
I picked her up, and I told her, "Don't you ever do that again," because she was far my superior.
That is.
I miss her. I'm sorry.
Oh no, she's a good lady. Good lady.
Good woman.
Yep.
Yeah, but she was far my superior. Thank you, because she elevated me by doing that for me. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That put Gillberg over. That match is what did it. You know what I mean?
Well, and I don't want you to shortcut yourself, because that personality is you, who you are, coming through for the fans to finally see.
Yeah, you know, I'm a joker.
Well, and you've been. I've known you for 30 years, and you've been that way since day one.
And what did I tell you? After all this, I don't care what anybody says about me. All I'm going to say is he's a nice guy.
And exactly, and he's always been a man of his word, and that's what you have been.
That's it, bro. That's all you got, really. Exactly. You know what I mean?
We've talked a lot about your time in the WWE and WWF. What are some of the highlights of your career outside of that time frame?
Oh my God! You mean without talking about WWE or WWF? Oh Christ! One of them sitting right here, meeting this guy, meeting you. No, Tim. I mean, come on. When I first started, you were outside the ring. I bet 80% of my matches. 80% you were outside. No matter what league I was in, no matter what, you were the camera guy. You were just the camera guy. You always were. That's what I always knew you as, the camera guy, Tim. You know, that's Tim. He's the camera guy. You know,
it was a lot easier to get known than
and you
too.
had everybody's respect. Everybody respects you. Everybody likes you. You've always been outstanding. You know, and the people I have met in this business, that, I mean, what you don't realize is when you become an owner of a school and you train people, these people become your family.
Yes.
And I have met so many people and had such the honor of meeting so many great people, and that never made it, never will make it, but still do indies every day. And it's a pleasure and an honor to hang out with those people. I still work today. I work with a group called ACW. It's called Adrenaline Championship Wrestling. A local boy who's made it big.
Yep.
And I'm happy as hell for him, and I'm basically kind of helping him out with his league that he had before he made it big,
Right.
which is James Ellsworth. Right on, brother. Way to go. I'm happy for you, man. He is living the dream, bro. He really is. And, but I try to help him by keeping the little ACW running, just so all of his friends, the guys he helped train, you know what I mean, his group of guys, the next generation, I guess, coming up, still have a place to work.
Exactly.
Because you know how it is today. It's, I own this league. You got to work for me and me only.
Right.
You have to work for me and me. That's bull, man.
Yep.
It's independent wrestling. You should be able to work for anybody, anywhere. It isn't like you're making any money. Independent wrestling, you make nothing. You're lucky if you make your gas money. And let's be for real.
Well, and the thing is, for the indies, it's about developing your skills, honing your skills, and learning how to get, when they call you to the big show, yourself and the company and the storylines over.
How did you get better? Wrestling that guy, wrestling that guy, wrestling that guy, wrestling. Oh, this guy sucked. This guy was great. This guy's a piece of crap. This guy's awesome. But if you don't wrestle the pieces of crap, you can't tell what a piece of crap is. If you don't wrestle the best, you can't be the best. Why did I become the wrestler I did? Because I was smart, I think. Yes, I was a jobber. But who was I jobbing to? The very best in the business, who said, look, Duane, do this, try this, do that, do this, fall this way, do this, do that, don't do that, do this. And that's how I got to where I am. And to pass that on means everything to me.
Well, and that's the one thing I want to say as we start to wrap this up too, Duane, is I look back at everything that we did. And everything that I did became a vehicle of what you did. In other words, you were there to open up Beast Makers. You developed people there. Myself, Bill Cook, Adrian Hall, Hack Myers, right? Then you opened up Monster Factory, brought in the Dan McDevitt's, the Mark Schraders, those guys, married them up with the existing Monster Factory guys like Glenn Ruth, like Chris Chavez, like Chaz.
Big show.
Like Paul White. Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you continued. You never stopped giving back, because then you opened Gillberg. And Gillberg's, the academy. Brought some of the old guys back in, started to develop that new talent, including my son. He was there, helped develop him. And now you're doing the same thing again with James. And you guys are looking to move in another direction. So the endearing thing about you, to me, will always be everything that you gave back. So that job thing, okay, you can't be the steak on every plate. Somebody's got to be something. And you did what you did because that was your development of your character.
I'd rather be a small fish in the largest pond in the world than be the biggest fish in a mud puddle.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And now, as far as independent leagues go, I understand if a man is your champion, yes, ask him to please be, choosy with your match. You can't just go get trashed in this league right down the road when you're my champion. I understand that. But as far as everybody else on the card, go do what you got to do.
Exactly. Learn, develop, and like you said, Duane, listen.
That's it.
Eyes and ears open.
And you people, listen to me. Everyone of you's in schools, everyone of you's learning, everything. For you people who go to a school and they say, now I've taught you everything. They lied. Listen to me. Nobody can guarantee to make you a star. Nobody can teach you anything. If you go to Gillberg's, then go to MCW, then go to the Dudley Boys, then go to WWE. Go to every school you can, learn from everybody you can, wrestle everywhere you can. That's how you make it. And keep your nose clean. Remember one thing and one thing only. You're never bigger than the fan.
Exactly.
Because without the fans, there is no us. You're just wrestling in an empty freaking audience. So you're nothing, man, without the fans. And no matter how cool you think you are, without them, you're nothing. So that's just my opinion, and I always want to be known as a nice guy, so always remain humble.
Yes.
And that's how you get where you get. As a matter of fact, right now, when I opened Gillberg's, my very first student walked through the door is Jessie Carr,
There you go.
who's now a female referee
In
for
the-
NXT.
Yep.
And is one awesome wrestler. And she asked me, what do you think about me being a referee? I said, you're smart, because you just took a 7-year career and turned it into a 30-year career, and you can make $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year
Yep.
being a referee. Way to go, baby. Jesse, knock 'em out, baby.
Exactly.
Or how's it go? Lady Zebra?
Exactly.
That's it, brother. I'm happy as hell for her, man. I really am. It's been probably 28, 29 years
It's
now.
crazy.
and
It's so funny.
I love him to death, and we'll do anything for him. He's a great guy.
Thank you, my brother. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the show with our special guest, Gillberg, this week, who is, as always, awesome, entertaining, and just good people. Just good people. That's plain and
I'll
simple.
tell you what, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Tim.
you.
You guys are the best. Ricky, Tim,
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you
I
very
love you
much.
to death.
So for the pioneers of the independent networks, it's Ricky Blues, your co-host, Tim Walker. Again, thanking our very special guest, Gillberg. We just took a stroll down Concussion Lane
You got
and
it.
brought you one more pioneer.
And you see what concussions do to you. Because everybody's like, oh man, you're acting like a mark. Can I say this right now? And I'll say it to every wrestler in the business. You're a bigger mark than a fan. Why do I say that? Because fans are smart enough to say, I'll pay that $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 a ticket and watch these guys beat the hell out of each other. We are such big marks that we said, I don't care how bad it hurts. I want to do that. So we actually are the marks. And that's my opinion
I like
about
that.
it. And it's the truth. Think about it.
I'm going to use that as a promo. That's a great
It's the
anti-mark
truth,
promo.
man. It's the truth. It really is, man. Oh, yeah. You know what we got to do?
Tell me.
We got to get like me, Sid, Max. Get
Oh
us
my
all
gosh,
together.
yes.
Get us all together, man.
Well, we got to.
I wish
a
we could get
reunion.
Axel.
And well,
Oh
there's a
my
lot.
God.
All those boys. I don't even want to talk about looking back there over our shoulders at all those boys, because
Brother, we lost
we
a
were
lot.
kids
We
together,
lost a
and
lot
we
of
lost
good
a
friends.
lot.
Good friends.
Yeah, good men.
Good friends. Young.
Yes.
Think about it. Young.
Yep. Yep.